Welcome back. It's another episode of Let 'Em Ride. It is June 11th, and tonight's video will be going over Game 3 of the NBA Finals between the Dallas Mavericks and the Boston Celtics in Dallas. The Mavericks have opened up as 2-point favorites, and that line has jumped around a little bit from 1.5 all the way up to 3. It's now settling at 2.5 as of the time of this recording. The over-under is currently sitting at 212.5. We do have an injury update. Kristaps Porzingis is listed as day-to-day with a rare injury, is what they're calling it. And Coach Mazzola referred to it as serious. I'm not going to pretend to know how to pronounce what it is that's going on with him. There's something in his left leg that he tore. I cannot pronounce it. I'm not even going to act like I know what it is. And this allowed a dislocation of a tendon in that left leg. I'm no doctor myself. Obviously, I can't pronounce what the hell it is that he has going on. None of this sounds good to me. And he also retweaked his calf in his right leg that was already, the reason why he's been out for the majority of these playoffs. So even if he is able to suit up, how effective can we expect him to be? So to recap Game 2, Boston does end up winning this one by a final of 105-98. Now, if you're watching the same game as me, you're either going to agree or you're going to disagree, but PJ Washington clearly got pushed in the back by JB going up for that dunk there with less than a minute to go. Man, if they would have called that foul and he goes to the free throw line, he knocks these down. It's now a 1-point game with under a minute to play. Instead, no call, blocked ball. They go down on the other end of the court. JB hits a shot. It's now a 5-point Boston lead. And that's kind of all she wrote. Man, like I said, you're either going to agree or disagree. And if you agree, you probably had Dallas plus 6.5 like me. If you disagree, you might be a Celtics fan. Just saying. But, Boston, they shoot 45% from the field in this one, but only 26% from deep. Tatum's shooting woes, they continued once again, but he made up for it. In my opinion, he made his impact felt in other ways. He grabbed 9 boards. He dished out 12 assists. JB threw down 21 points for Boston, and Drew Holiday carried the load, man. 26 points. It was a great game for Drew. Dallas outscored Boston in the paint again, 54-46. They were stifled again in transition, only scoring 7 points off fast break opportunities, and they were outscored by Boston's bench again, 17-9. Dallas struggled from 3 again, and Luka shot 4 or 9 from deep, but the rest of the team was 2 of 17. Luka had a 32, 11, and 11 triple-double in this one. He had 4 steals, but he also committed 8 of the Mavs' 15 turnovers. And, man, as much as I love Luka, my boy was getting torched on defense all game. That's kind of been the name of the game this series. He's playing lights out on offense, and he's getting burned left and right on D. I'm leading Dallas to bounce back here at home, get their first win of the series in Game 3. I'm looking at the money line over the spread here. It's a little juiced at minus 130, but I'd rather play it safe personally and have to worry about the points. This thing's bounced around point-wise, and if it gets above 2.5, we're sitting here looking at multiple possessions. I don't want to be caught there personally. Dallas has played a lot of tight games. They've won a lot of these tight games in the postseason, and I'd rather just look at that money line personally. The absence of Kristaps in this game now, that doesn't completely shift things in Dallas's favor, but it sure helps, man. And that's kind of the break that they need right now. Regardless, though, if he plays or not, I think that Dallas feeds off this home energy, and Luka finally gets some solid help from the supporting cast that he's been missing. Kyrie has played better at home in these playoffs, averaging 24 points per game on 49% shooting versus 20 points per game, 45% shooting from the field on the road. These younger guys like Lively, Gafford, Washington, they all get a boost from playing at home in front of that crowd that should be rocking for Game 3, the first finals game in Dallas since, 2011. And I wouldn't expect anything less from that franchise there, from that fan base. Since 2003, also teams up 2-0 in the finals are only 3-5 straight up in Game 3, with one seed sitting at 1-3. So yeah, give me the Mavs here. In regards to the total, this number's bouncing around a little bit, but it's sitting at 213 right now. I want to see where it lands, but I am leaning towards the under. The Mavs are 10-9 to this number for the under. The Celtics are 12-4 to this number for the under as well in the playoffs. Boston is 28-22 on the year to the under with equal rest. Dallas is 37-30. Boston is 2-1 as road dogs to the under as well, and Dallas is 21-15 as home favorites. So like I said, I'm leaning towards the under here, but I'm going to definitely wait till we get closer to game time just to see where this number lands at. All right, guys, that's going to do it for another episode of Let 'Em Ride. Be sure to check that pinned comment later on, closer to game time, for any final plays that I'm rolling with. That way you can choose to ride with me or you can fade the hell out of me. Either way, please let me know in the comments. I want to know where your guys' heads are at as well. And if you like the video and the content today, please drop a like. Please hit subscribe. Please hit share. It's all really appreciated. And I'll see you guys back for Game 4.